3 years ago, when I finished my series on genuine faith, I decided my next series would be on the New Age movement. However, COVID-19 had just begun and things got a little crazy. Only a few months had passed since my recovery from deep depression, and I was more aware than ever that if God hadn't intervened, everyone who knew about my plight would have let me die. I chose to distract myself from the emptiness in my life by learning more about piano and guitar. I hoped it would fill my heart with joy, but it didn't help, because I was only doing it to ignore the sadness. I decided to learn more about Spanish and created my YouTube channel. This changed everything, as I now felt a sense of connection, like I belonged on planet Earth. It was a strange but welcome feeling. Whoever thought that Spanish could make me feel closer to God? The YouTube channel was my effort to reach back to the good old days, when my voice barely paid the bills and my creativity was at an all-time high. This brings us to the present. I've been busy taking care of everyone else's business, but I also took some time in the last year to rediscover my own heart, the one that for so long had been buried under so much pain and neglect that I no longer was capable of getting excited, even when I received good news. When a person experiences a numbness where genuine emotions belong, it's an indication that they've lost hope. It's like the learned helplessness the Jews experienced during World War II at the hands of the Nazis. There was no way out. Everyone knew about their plight, but they suffered for years before being rescued by the Allies. I'm not here to trivialize the Holocaust, but I will say this: everyone knew about my situation, but no one showed up to deliver me from my shackles. They self-righteously hardened their hearts and turned a deaf ear toward me, pretending that it was God's job to care about my sorrow. I'm working to rekindle the fire, to fan my pilot light into a blazing flame. It won't happen overnight, but I've given time, talent, and treasure working with a voice acting coach to prepare me for opportunities that come my way. Building a website and getting a Google listing were the next steps in my efforts to be known as a voice actor. However, I still have much to learn when it comes to marketing myself. It's now time to honor my promise to create a video about the New Age movement. Not everyone will like what I'm going to share, but as one person said, if the Apostle Paul were alive today, he'd send the 21st century church a letter, not to commend us like the noble Bereans who love the word, but as someone dealing with a wayward child who enjoys disregarding the Bible because their experiences are all that matter to them. Their lust for a word spoken over them has trumped their desire to let God speak through the Bible. In session 1 of my New Age video, I'll be stepping on some toes as I make it clear that not everything done in churches is biblical. New Age devotees always glorify themselves, but Christians honor the God of the Bible and His Word. Truth is more important than unity. You cannot worship the God of your choice and still make it to heaven. Remaining neutral, attempting to serve two masters, will only impress men. The Holy Spirit doesn't inhabit idolaters. The Lord's sheep know His voice and obey Him, even when it's inconvenient. As Christians, we must learn to test the spirits, to know if they are of God, because there is a way that seems right to a man, but it leads to death. Following your own heart, leaning on your own understanding, is the road to hell. It's time to pull back the curtain, to see what lurks in the shadows of false Christian doctrine. Those who truly love God and His Word know that good preaching always offends people. Don't let that prevent you from learning the origins of some familiar practices, allowing God to purify your heart, to worship Him in spirit and truth. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribers receive notifications when a new video is posted so they can see it as soon as it's available for viewing.